Good afternoon and welcome to the Midday News. Here's what we have in the bulletin. PNP supports East Portland candidate Isaac Buchanan despite JLP's assertions. Another illegal firearm seized by the Manchester police. And later in sports, Cavalier and Mount Pleasant to feature in key games in CONCACAF Club Championship tonight. Thank you for joining us. I'm Kerry-Ann Simpson. Here are the details. Chairman of the Education Transformation Oversight Committee, Dr. Adrian Stokes, says he is pleased with the progress being made by the Education Ministry following the implementation of the recommendations made by the committee. He provided an update at the quarterly press conference this morning.
Of the 365 recommendations from the Patterson report, work has started on 136 initiatives. Well, 7 initiatives have been finalized and 129 are in progress. Of the 129 initiatives currently underway, 128 of them are on track, and 1 initiative is lagging.
He says while the progress is good, more needs to be done.
The lagging initiative is the Jamaica Teaching Council bill, which when the minister speaks, she will add a little bit more context as to the delay there. But suffice to say, that bill is still going through the various parliamentary review procedures before it is finalized. Let me use this platform to encourage the minister, along with her parliamentary colleagues, to move with alacrity, Minister, to finalize the review process and to pass the bill so that we can begin to see the benefits of the legislation.
And we'll have the minister's response and more details from the conference later in Primetime News at 7. Despite assertions made by the ruling Jamaica Labour Party about Isaac Buchanan's past drug conviction, the People's National Party PNP says it strongly supports his candidacy for the East Portland constituency. According to the JLP, the PNP's fielding of Mr. Buchanan has damaged their credibility to speak on matters of integrity, crime, corruption and morals. The PNP is hitting back, arguing that the JLP's criticisms reveal a glaring hypocrisy and a blatant attempt at political opportunism regarding the issue of rehabilitation. The PNP stressed that individuals can rehabilitate and return to serve their communities, adding that Isaac Buchanan's past does not define him. It further states that its decision to appoint Mr. Buchanan is consistent with the party's long-standing belief that everyone should have the opportunity to reintegrate into society and contribute meaningfully. How long? The question from residents of Cocoa Walk in southern Manchester, who say they're at the mercy of an unclean drain which floods their homes and roads whenever it rains. They say their attempts at redress have been ignored and are urging the authorities to act quickly. Krista Campbell has that story.
Living in fear of the rain is how one resident describes life in Cocoa Walk, southern Manchester. And he says it's as a result of a drain that has not been cleaned for decades.
For over 20-25 years, it has not been cleaned unless I did it myself. I have to pay a back woman to dig it out and clean it for me to stop some of the water from coming into the yard. And I'm sick and fed up of it now.
Everton Preddy explains that with each rainfall, the situation gets messier. During the recent 3 days of persistent rains,
I was very, very scared. I could not even go into my room and lay down in the bed. I have to be standing there and watching it. Just keep watching the water to see if I have to take evasive action. My dining room and kitchen flood out. Good thing the living room is about 6-7 inches above the dining room and the kitchen. So based on that, the water did not get into the living room.
The roof just gone, so the water come down for me. The water come down for me, and right now all my health it affect me. In everywhere me can it affect me.
Residents say walking on the road when it rains is sometimes near impossible and dangerous.
I have given them the right to make a trench through here, but they just stop it partway. You don't go down to the cave that would take away the water. And then it kill me banana, it kill me yam them and everything down there, and all the mall pile up down there.
There's 2 houses, one septic tank for each house, one collapsed already. And there's another one now that is on the verge of collapsing because of the amount of water that comes down into the yard. I send a letter to the councillor, to the mayor. I go as far as go to Mandeville and get a lawyer. I pay him $12,000 to send a letter to the Manchester Parish Council about this. And to date, nothing has been done.
TVJ News also tried unsuccessfully to contact the political representatives. But as the situation worsens, the residents are again urging quick action from the authorities. Krista Campbell, TVJ News.
The Manchester Police is reporting the seizure of an illegal gun following an early morning operation Wednesday. TVJ News understands that the Manchester Operational Support Team raided a bar in Spike District. A 9mm single-action pistol was found in a garbage bin with the serial number erased. The owner of the bar was charged for operating without a spirits license and operating beyond the stipulated closing hours. Following complaints about a backlog of uncollected garbage out west, the National Solid Waste Management Authority, NSWMA, says residents could see improvement soon. More in this report.
Residents of St. James, Hanover and Westmoreland have for months been complaining about the garbage pileup in several communities. Now, a promise from the Regional Director for Western Jamaica, Edward Muir, that they should expect the garbage will be cleared by the end of the week.
St. James is at 3 loads of backlog today, the entire St. James. I mean, it is that we are not complacent. And we do understand that a backlog in a community is a lot. But what is important that across the entire St. James, and there were times when we had somewhere like 15, 16 loads of backlog across St. James. We are down to 3 loads, and we expect to have 0 backlog in St. James by the end of this week. Trelawney, today we are at 3 loads of backlog in Trelawney, 2 in north, 1 in south, and we already have system in place. We have 4 units in Trelawney as we speak. So Trelawney, we intend to clear Trelawney also by the end of the week. Hanover, Eastern Hanover, 0 loads of backlog.
However, he highlighted that the backlog in Westmoreland is much greater and will take more time to resolve.
For Westmoreland, we have somewhere about 4 loads of backlog in Westmoreland. Now, why is the backlog higher in Westmoreland than the other 3 parishes? The distance where the disposal facility is. Our disposal site is at Retirement. Now, our units have to travel all the way from Westmoreland, all the way to St. James. By doing that, we only get somewhere about 1 or 1.5 trips each day because of the size of the trucks that we have now. Bear in mind that we have bigger trucks now and the distance that they have to travel.
Mr. Muir says with more garbage trucks in the system, the agency is now able to improve garbage collection.
With the additional new trucks, and we have also put system in place, we have re-engaged some of our supplementary contractors as it relates to tipper units. So we are currently putting together a schedule so that we try our best to maintain those bulky waste collection as best as possible.
Nekinski Robinson, TVJ News.
It's time for a break. Stay with us. More local stories when we return. Welcome back to the Midday News. The Jimmy Cliff Boulevard, popularly known as the Hip Strip in Montego Bay, St. James, is set to get a well-needed facelift come January 2025. The announcement was made recently by Chairman of the Tourism Enhancement Fund, Godfrey Dyer. The Hip Strip, which has been described by many as the epicenter of tourism in the parish, sees a 4-kilometer stretch of road that hosts many hotels and entertainment hotspots.
The plan for Jimmy Cliff Boulevard is to redo the street completely. Sidewalks, asphalting of the roadway, and to work with the owners for them to improve the facial value of their entities on the street.
Mr. Dyer says the engineering work is near completion. He says a portion of the work will see a parking garage being built close to the strip. Mr. Dyer says when it's built, parking will not be permitted on the strip.
We have a cost of 1.3 billion, but that includes burying all the GPS wires. And that's what is holding us now about the wires. That's part of the engineering is not finished yet. That's burying all the high tension wires across the street. So that's what we have in the plan now. When the architectural work is finished, the engineering is finished, we'll take a final decision.
It's now time for the Business Minute.
The average balance held in deposit accounts as at December 31, 2023 was roughly $345,000. The data was included in the latest economic and social survey produced by the Planning Institute of Jamaica. The survey also found that as at the end of December last year, the deposit insurance fund balance was $41.27 billion. This represented an increase of 21.6% compared with December 2023. The balance represented 7.4% of the total estimated insured deposits in the banking system. The fund falls under the Jamaica Deposit Insurance Corporation through the establishment of the Deposit Insurance Scheme. Further afield, Bank of America customers reported problems accessing their online bank accounts Wednesday. Some customers say they were unable to log into their account, while others say their accounts displayed no balance despite having money in the bank. According to Down Detector, which collects data on outages, the peak of the reports occurred in the early afternoon. Bank of America has not commented on the reports. And that's it for the Business Minute. I'm Raquel Porto.
Time now for the top regional and international stories.
In the region, Grenada's fourth Governor General, Sir Daniel Williams, has passed away at 88. Sir Williams, a lawyer who entered politics after the 1983 fall of the People's Revolutionary Government, co-founded the new National Party. Serving as Governor General from 1996 to 2008, he was known for his integrity and dedication to education and community initiatives. An accomplished author, he wrote extensively on Grenadian law and governance and co-founded a charity for underprivileged students. On the international scene, an unexploded World War II U.S. bomb which had been buried at an airport in Japan exploded on Wednesday, creating a sizable crater on the runway. According to Japanese officials, the event caused the cancellation of more than 80 flights, but there were no injuries reported. The device was a 500-pound bomb, and authorities are investigating what may have triggered its explosion. And those were the top regional and international stories. I'm Nikinsky Robinson.
And we head to another break. When we come back, we'll have your midday sports roundup.